I had been dating a guy for almost 5 years.
No way. You're lying. You're lying.
No.
You're lying. Did we not just say it's only okay if like if this was like a 2-week thing?
Yeah, like
month,
2-week thing.
month
It didn't
max?
matter. You guys ended up just being
5?
best friends in the end.
What is up, guys? My name is Teala Dunn. Welcome back to another episode of Anonymously Yours. If you are new here, every single week I'm joined with an incredible guest, and we react to the anonymous, juicy stories that you guys send in. So make sure you guys keep sending in your crazy stories. We love reacting to them and giving advice. But without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to my lovely guest and one of my closest friends, Sofie Dossi.
Hi guys, what's up?
If you don't know Sophie, which is crazy, you'd have to be like living under a rock if you don't know who Sofie Dossi is, honestly. She is where do I begin? I mean, first of all, her hair, incredible.
Thank
we
you.
love the curls. It's just, it gets bigger every time I see her. And she's so talented. Not only is she like a YouTube queen, a contortionist, but she's also a singer, and you have
Yes.
a song that's just dropped.
Yes,
So
I
let's talk
do.
about that. I'm also in the music
yeah.
video, so.
Oh yeah, Teala is actually in the music video.
Yes.
But yeah, I just released my first single, Bunny.
Bunny.
And yeah, I mean, it's been crazy, and I'm so excited. I'm finally putting this out. It's kind of been in the works for a long time.
Long time.
I wanted it to be perfect.
Yeah, I really think you took your time with like the direction of the music video and just like, oh my God, I heard this song, like 2 years ago when you were like
Yeah.
still like mixing it up or whatever.
Yeah, when
like
we were still creating it.
you were still
yeah.
creating it, just like the first draft of it. And I was like,
Yeah.
Sophie. I remember, I think you played it in your car.
She heard the
and
demo.
The demo.
Which, by the way, I listened to the other day. Oh my God, it sounds like
so different. Really?
Yeah.
But it still was like just so catchy. And I was like, I remember, I think the second time I listened to it, I was like, Sophie, you have to put this out like right now. Like this is so good. And you're like, it's not done. It's nowhere near done. But like just to see how far you've come with it and how you really took your time with it is like so impressive to me. And thank you for letting me be in the freaking music video.
Of course.
So let's talk about the music
Yeah.
video because it's insane, okay?
Thank
like,
you.
first of all, I had so much fun being in the video because basically we just got to be like queens, just
Yes.
girls, confident girls that just don't
Girl
care.
bosses.
Girl bosses, girl power. And
Yeah, Teala was like, what should I like dress like? I was like, dress like a girl boss.
yeah, and
That's
I was like, say less.
badass.
Badass, a girl,
edgy.
yeah, edgy, just confident.
Yeah.
And it's just such a catchy song too. But what I
thank you
loved
so
about
much.
the direction you went into the video was like, if you guys have ever heard of like a rage room or like the rage
Yeah.
cages that are
Like a
so
rage room,
fun,
yeah.
it was kind of like that where we just got to like smash a bunch of stuff and
Yeah.
just, it was so fun. It was unlike anything
It
I've
was
like.
a very like
Yeah.
the direction. Actually, my brother. We actually had filmed.
Shout
the
out
music.
Zach.
Shout out to my brother Zach.
We love Zach.
We actually had filmed a music video before. But before this
Really?
one, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I spent a lot of money on it. And
Not the
it
coin.
it just didn't come out how I wanted it to. It was good. In fact, people that I showed it to, they were like, "This is so good, right?" But I was like, "Yeah, but it's not like what
It's not my vision.
yeah, exactly. It wasn't the vision that I wanted, and so then I was like, I gotta redo it, and that's what took so long to actually end up doing the second music video that you were in, which I love now.
Yeah.
But actually, my brother came up with most of the concepts
What?
of that. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, because my brother's a very creative
so
guy,
smart.
and then he was like, Sophie, like let me just come up with it. Like I'm just gonna write something out, and then you let me
See
know
if you like it.
Let me know what you think, and I loved it. It was great.
It's
Yeah.
brilliant. Also, can we talk about the snakes? Can we please talk about the
Yeah.
snakes? Because that is insane. Like, I'm scared of snakes completely. She doesn't care.
Yeah,
They're like
okay,
all over her. Like, please
So
tell
you
me.
can't
talk-
really you
Like,
can't really
what?
tell this in the music video, but like in every scene the snake's in, I'm in a contortion pose. Like actually, if you see it, like my foot's like in front of me,
insane.
and then even like when I'm upside down, like I was fully bent in half. My legs were like over, but you just couldn't really see that much because of the angles and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel like that's what kind of makes it kind of cool. But yeah, a few times, I'm gonna be honest, a few times the snake started squeezing me a little bit too much.
No way.
Yeah, but like.
It was huge,
But,
by
like,
the way.
I
How
would-
big is the snake? Like,
Dude,
you showed
so
me the
big.
photo of like the zoomed out, and I could see it on the floor, and I was
Yeah.
like, what? Because in close-ups, you really can't tell how big it is.
You couldn't really tell in close-ups. I mean, you can tell by the face of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, a few times it like was squeezing me like quite a lot, and in my head I was like, let me just get the shot
Yep,
because this
just
is
get
so
it,
cool.
just get it.
I was like, this is so cool. It's literally like choking me, but it's so cool right now. Like, let me get the shot.
That's wild. Like, I would have been freaking out, screaming. She's
Yeah.
like so calm. Like, she looks like, I don't know. It looks like you and the snake are like best friends.
Yeah,
in the
I mean,
video.
the snake, like, at one point, too, just, like, when I was in the contortion pose, just, like, rested on my face. And I
Wow.
remember I was like, this is the shot
Wow.
right here.
And
so
so
cool.
it was.
Yeah.
That's just so wild. I love how you like incorporated that because that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay, so before we jump into the crazy, juicy, anonymous stories, I always ask all my guests this. What is one of the craziest things that's ever happened to you that like a lot of people don't really know?
Well, I feel like a good amount of people might know this, but it's a matter if they saw it or not.
Yeah.
I've shot a pretty small can of someone's head with a bow and arrow with my feet.
Insane.
No,
like,
no
casually.
effects actually had.
No
Yeah.
effect?
I've done like pineapples and watermelons before, which are like pretty easy or like a target, you know.
What?
But I would say that's probably the smallest thing I've done because the can was also like only this big. Like it was their Annie can.
Yes, they're like Annie Energy. Yeah.
And those cans are like pretty small.
Yeah, pretty
so,
thin
like,
too.
Yeah. So I remember when I was gonna do it, I was like, oh my god, this is like actually the smallest thing I've like shot before off someone's head.
Yeah.
And it was
That's
like
just crazy to say, by the
yeah.
way.
But like Noah was down for it, and like he was like, I don't care. Like if you shoot me, I'm like, no, because I care.
Yeah, like you're like, I don't want to be held responsible, but this is a lot. Like, are you sure?
Yeah, but
Wow.
yeah, we
took
did
it like
it.
a champ, and he's
Yeah.
still alive, so he's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's like also one of those things where like I'm also not gonna shoot something off someone's head if I don't know I can.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Because you've shot
it's-
a lot of things.
it's more of like a I don't want him to flinch and like something happens, like whoever stands like in front of me and like holds something on top of their head has to be perfectly still and you cannot flinch.
Yeah, you just gotta
You just gotta
That's it.
stand there.
yeah, like pretend a bear is right there.
Because if you flinch, it could
it
determine-
could mess it up.
and it gets scary on my end then.
Yeah, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So that's so wild to me because like you've literally shot fire. Like what? Like
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've also shot a bow and arrow on fire and
crazy.
like blown up a tart. Actually, I shot a pumpkin off David's head and
What?
I made it like blow up. And actually the funny part is actually in the video it like exploded and the fire actually like wrapped around him for a second
What?
and then went out.
Wait, that's kind of
Yeah.
beautiful.
No, it was like really cool, but like
Wow.
the video kind of made it like all blown out and stuff, so you couldn't actually really see it. But in person, it looked so crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I think that tops any story that any of my guests have said. The craziest thing that's happened to them, because that's like actually the definition of crazy. Like what? Like, oh, I love you, Sophie. You're the best.
I love you too.
So, for those that don't know, Sophie and I met 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago,
5,
almost 6
yeah.
years ago. 2017 VidCon.
Yeah.
At one of the parties. It was the House
yeah.
of Blues
It
party.
was the House of Blues party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we talk about that
We
part?
should talk about it. We should really talk about it.
Okay, so I had gone to this House of Blues party with Logan Paul.
Yes.
And
Yes.
his girlfriend at the time, Chloe.
Yep.
And or I don't know if they were officially dating that
They
time.
were
or not.
talking
Or
for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what it was going
Yeah.
on with that at all. But Teala.
So basically.
So I like went with them, was kind of hanging with them. They had a little table and stuff, and I happened to see like Teala, and Teala comes up to me and like she's like, "Oh my god, great to meet you," blah blah blah. We get into
Because I
talking, all this
recognized her
stuff. Yeah.
automatically because I like saw her all in like Logan's videos and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
and
like,
I had seen her in Logan's videos too.
Exactly.
So I was like, oh,
So,
like, you
like,
know,
this is
like
crazy.
this is so crazy. And then
But-
you started like, we were talking for a while, and then you started bringing up like, oh my god, like Logan Paul's
His new
here.
girlfriend.
And,
like this is so
It
awkward.
was like fresh. I think it was like fresh
fresh
right
out of
after,
us like not really talking anymore.
yeah, you guys had just freshly stopped
Yep,
talking
yep,
or something
yep,
like that.
yep.
And like to me, I was like,
And it was like the first time I had seen him since we stopped talking too. And then he had like a new fling.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
You
this
were
is
just
so,
kinda like-
I was like,
you were
like,
just
this is-
angry.
Yeah. I was
Like-
like, what is going on?
and
This
to
is
me,
a
I
mess.
was like,
oh,
yeah.
no, like I came here with him.
Okay. Yeah, and I was like, I was actually with him and came over here with him, and you're like, oh.
I was like, oh,
okay.
yes,
But actually, the funny part is, I thought like that was probably gonna be the last time we like really talk and stuff.
Yeah.
Because
you meet people at parties.
you meet people at parties and you never see them again or anything.
Yeah.
And I don't really have that many friends in like the industry at all. Like I'd say my friends was literally like the most friend I had was like Logan.
Yeah.
In the industry.
Yeah.
Logan and his crew that I had filmed with, and and actually, it was funny because you invited me just randomly to your birthday party.
To my birthday party.
And to me, I was like, I've only met this girl once,
Yeah.
and she's inviting me to her birthday party.
Yeah.
And like, to me, I was so excited because I think I was 16 too. Like,
Yeah.
I also just naturally didn't have a lot of friends and stuff. So like, I was like,
And
so
this was a
excited.
really big party too.
Yeah.
Like
It was
so many people were there.
Yeah.
So many people
By
were
the
there.
way, that's where
how
I
you
also met Nia. Yes.
Which is so crazy because they're also best friends. I
Yeah.
love when this happens.
Yeah.
Like she met so many people.
I remember I
that you're
also
actually
met your
friends with.
mom, and then you
Yes.
guys were making a video of like it was something like how long we've been how long have you been best friends with Teala and like why you love her. And then I was like,
You're
well,
like, well, I met her once.
no, I
She's
literally
crazy.
like in the video I was like, well, actually I've only met Teala once, but
she's really nice.
she's really nice. I didn't know what to say.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember all of that.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact: Sophie and my mom actually have the same birthday.
Yeah.
Birthday buddies, June
Yes, we do.
21st, the year or the day that queens were born.
The summer
truly.
solstice.
Literally. But yeah, isn't that so wild? Like, I'm so happy we met. And then from then on, like, we would DM here and there, but we didn't
Yeah.
really hang out much
Yeah.
until after. But then
It was kind
you
of
became
started-
best friends with Nia, and then
Yeah.
obviously Nia's one of my good friends too. And then it just became like
It just
a thing.
became like a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You, me, and Nia used to hang out all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
I miss Nia.
I
But yeah,
know.
I don't know. It's just like now.
Yeah.
Thank God. I love that.
Yeah.
I love when that happens though, because I feel like sometimes it is rare in LA. Like you meet people and then you're like, oh yeah, let's hang out, and then it never happens.
Yeah.
But now, like,
I also feel like what was great about like us is we actually turned into friends.
yeah, it wasn't
Which-
just
Like a
Let's film,
social
hee hee.
media, like
Yeah, 'cause
let's
there's a
get
lot of that
together
in
and-
LA.
Like let's get together and film. Like it was more like, oh, let's get together and like actually hang out and
Yeah.
don't take any pictures together. And it's just
yeah,
like
and it's fun.
it's actually fun to hang out with you, which is very rare to find in LA.
So freaking rare. Like you guys would be surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our little friendship
Yeah.
story. I can't believe it's almost been 6 years. That's insane.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. But anywho, it is time to let you guys know what stories are coming up. Are you ready for this, Sophie?
I'm ready.
We got my school's resource officer flirted with students while engaged. Not cute. We don't love that. I caught my mom sleeping with my boss. Awkward. I'm hoping your mother was single because that could be very problematic.
Yeah.
My boyfriend did a dating show without telling me.
Oh.
That's crazy. You need to.
Oh.
She needs to dump him.
It's a little interesting.
My best friend is engaged to my ex-boyfriend. Not a friend. Let's start
I
there.
mean, that's not your friend.
It's
but
definitely
like,
not your best friend.
but
Let's start there.
Yeah, I would say that's not your best friend at all. What kind of ex-boyfriend? Like, is it a month?
That's true. Or are we talking like
Like,
over
are we
a
talking
year?
like it
Like
was a
serious?
2-week boyfriend? Is it a 6 month, a year? Like, what are we
Because
talking
that's
about?
that's important.
How did you guys end it? You
Right?
know?
Okay. So grab a snack, guys. Sit down, because now it's time to get into story number 1. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
My school's resource officer flirted with students while engaged. During my senior year of high school, my district hired a new school resource police officer. I don't even know what that is. A resource? Is that? Anyways.
I don't know. I was homeschooled.
I didn't. Me too. I was homeschooled. Maybe this is just like for public school.
I was
There-
homeschooled in high school.
Me too. Wow. I knew we got each other. There were rumors that the old one got fired, but I never got confirmation what was the real reason for it. So anyways, not even a week went by, and every single girl was already drooling over the new resource officer. I mean, they were not wrong. He was super hot, but he always gave me weird vibes. Like, it felt like he liked the attention he was getting from all the young high schoolers. It's one thing to be hot and have young girls flirt with you and fully brush it off because you're way too old for that. But he was super into it. Not to mention, This is his job. So it's already creepy to flirt with underage girls, and even worse at your place of work. One day, as I was leaving school, I saw a sophomore girl walking by, and the officer was right behind her. I thought nothing much, but I kept staring at him when all of a sudden I saw the officer quickly glance at the girl's butt. That immediately freaked me out because he's a grown ass man checking out a 15-year-old girl. After that day, I kept looking at the officer to see if he continued to check out the other girls. And he did, mostly during passing time. What bothered me the most was watching him enjoy the underage girls constantly flirting with him. I did some research about him and turned out he was engaged. It's a no for me on this teacher, or on this
I feel like he
resource
needs to be
guy.
fired.
Completely.
I feel like he shouldn't be in a high school
At all.
or near a high school
At all. I think he needs to just go
And
about
he's
his business.
engaged.
That's gross. Like this poor
Okay.
fiance at home.
Also, just like if you're why did you ask them to marry
Yeah, why?
you if like
If you're not interested, clearly you want to act single. So
yeah, or if you want to go flirt with other people, why are you with that person?
yeah. Why are you engaged?
Yeah. I'm just gonna say he should probably just
Be
get
fired.
or you should tell an authority
I think she should.
because that's
That's
so
not.
inappropriate.
And also, it's just like it's such a power play too. Like these girls are so young, and he's like a person of some sort of authority.
Yeah.
It can get very messy very soon.
I mean, especially in high school, like
Yeah.
you're pretty much under 18. Like
Yeah.
as a senior, you might be 18, but like just freshly 18.
Yeah. But mostly under 18, to be honest. I mean, that
Yeah.
girl's a sophomore. She's 15.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's just not cute, honestly. I think
Ugh.
he needs to be fired, and if he's still working at the school, definitely contact the authorities so that he can get fired like the last one.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe they should
that's
just
gross.
go with an old woman for the resource
Yeah.
like position, because that is not working.
Yeah.
And yeah. And at that point, like it's never the young girl's fault. Like they're young, like he's supposed to be the adult in the situation and be like, come on, this guy sounds like he's probably 35.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So you're gross. And we don't
I
no.
doubt this guy's in his 20s or
No,
something.
for sure no.
Yeah, even that's
Even
weird.
still, like 15 and you're like 28, like girl, you gotta go.
That's gross, but
You gotta go.
yeah.
So he's canceled, and I hope he gets fired, and I hope that he leaves you alone. I hope that all is
Yeah.
well. And thank you for sending that in. Scared about that.
Oh my God.
Okay, time for story number 2. I caught my mom sleeping with my boss. Crazy. I have so many
I'm just
questions.
gonna say, I just hope she's not married.
Me too. I really hope she's divorced and living her life, and she's just going on
Yeah, if
dates
she's
and
like divorced, like
then live your best life, girl.
okay,
But
yeah.
also, like,
But
you
also,
pick
like,
someone else.
your boss, like
really? Of all people? Yikes. I grew up in a small town, but not crazy small, like a farm town. We had a city, a downtown. It felt like a bubbly small town, I guess. When I graduated from college, I moved home to work at a PR firm that was really well known. I worked really hard on my application and resume, and I felt like I truly crushed the interview. I was so excited. I got a call back and did another round of interviews before I found out that I got the job. It felt so good. While my hometown is small, I didn't know anyone who worked there. So I really felt like I got a job for my skill set. When I started, everyone was so nice to me, which is usually how it goes at a new job. I never wanted to get toxic, but part of me wanted for it to get harder or the honeymoon phase to go away, but it never did. My boss, the owner of the firm, was so nice. One day I was working late and was one of the last girls in the office, or so I thought. When I heard a loud noise that scared the crap out of me, I went into the hallway to see what the noise was. I saw that my boss's office lights were on. I went to see what was going on and saw my mom and boss hooking up. I was obviously mortified, but also disappointed because I thought I got the job because I was super talented, not the potential stepchild of my boss.
well, it does sound like
She's single. It definitely
she's
sounds like she's single.
That's
So
what
it's
it does
not a
sound like.
scandal.
Okay, yeah.
Well, it is a scandal
well,
because
like-
they're like hooking up like at
Yeah.
work.
Well, I mean, I guess the question would be, did they just start? Like, was that like the first time, or was that like?
or was it a thing?
Was it like a thing for a while.
Yeah. I mean,
Also, the odds that like she just randomly gets that job and
I agree,
that
because she said
happens.
this is a big firm. Like, this is a really good job. No shade to the girl. She's probably talented and super smart. But it's a little suspicious. I will say that's pretty bold of them to just, like, be hooking up at work. I feel like if you're doing
Yeah.
stuff like that, you are really seeing this person. I don't think you would just
Yeah.
do that. Like, that
Also,
can't be
like,
the first time they hooked
how
up.
much into your work did this start?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because
That's why...
maybe she met him before.
Yeah, I think they definitely, this is my theory, they were talking and stuff, and she was probably like, my daughter needs a job, and don't say anything or whatever. It probably was like that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Because what are the
Maybe.
odds? I doubt
The
their
odds
first
of
time
that are
hooking up,
very low.
the first time you're going to hook up with somebody is at their workplace.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's not.
too
You're
bold.
Right. You're right.
They have to have hooked up
Yeah.
before, right? Because you have to be
Yeah.
comfortable. Unless they're just that crazy. I don't know.
Could
Either
be.
way, I mean,
They could be.
at this point, I don't know. That's kind of sketchy, though, because, like, I hope they end up dating, because if they don't, that's going to be really awkward.
Yeah, that is gonna be very weird.
Because then he's going to be like, oh, I don't want to keep running into the daughter. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't mess up the workflow.
Yeah,
That's
I
very
hope.
interesting.
Uh,
I would be, like, throwing up. I don't ever want to see my
I feel like
parents
I
do
just
anything.
wouldn't want to see it.
That's just never what I want to see ever.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
No, and I don't want to.
I don't want to ever. I can only imagine, like, what she... Oh, no. Just...
No,
no.
that's just.
No.
You never like. I don't
And
even
she
wanna
heard the
see,
noises?
I-
Oh, no.
I don't even want to see like my like mom making out.
Yep, same. I'm
Like,
good. I'm good. No.
Good.
Ooh. Ooh. Oof. Yeah, that was... Good luck. I hope the job is good.
Good luck. That's as
all I
much
have to
advice
say.
as I can give you
Just,
right now.
just good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Just imagine, like, going to dinner with your mom and, like, talking about
And your
that
boss is
after.
there,
and
too.
Oh, my gosh. That's so... Ooh, no. No. I'm good. I'm good on that, so. Moving on to story number 3.
I'm scared.
Right? Okay, let's just go. Let's just see. I'm scared. Oh, no. This one is toxic.
Oh, no.
My boyfriend did a dating show without telling me.
Oh.
First of all, let's just start with the facts.
Like,
he's your boyfriend, and
he
he's
should be-
going on a dating show.
Okay, I will say I do understand how dating shows can be very fake. But at the same
But he
time,
didn't
like
tell
if
her?
you're also going on a dating show, you're probably gonna kiss other girls.
Yeah, but also, how are you not
Also-
telling her?
What the fact that you're not telling her means it's already sus right
Yeah,
there.
you're
If
already being
telling her, like,
suspicious.
hey, I'm going on, like everything's fake.
Yeah,
like,
everything's fake. It's
staged,
basically
whatever, like,
acting. It's just for my
even
career.
then, that's a little weird. Mm-hmm. Even then, it is a little weird.
But at least
But
the
it also
communication would be
depends on the
there.
whole situation and like what the dating show is, because some dating shows are very fake.
Yeah,
and
and that's
just
true. And then it's
staged.
just acting.
And then at that point, yeah, it's just acting. So.
But this is suspicious. I had been dating a guy for almost a year
Oh.
when he said he was going on a hiking trip with his best friends and wouldn't have cell service for over a week or so. Already suspicious.
Oh.
Okay, now this changes everything. You
This
guys have been dating for
changes.
almost a year, so this is a
Yeah.
full-ass relationship.
So you guys know each other like fully.
Yeah, this is suspicious. Also, he's already lying. I didn't think anything about it, honestly, because we were very outdoorsy and did this kind of thing all the time. Plus, his friends totally backed him up every time I was around. They would talk about his camping trip and how excited he was about the trip. He left and was gone for longer than I thought. Already suspicious.
Yeah.
What? 3 weeks later, what? He was
Oh.
only supposed to be gone for a week. He's gone for 3 weeks and didn't. Okay, this is so many red flags.
Okay.
3 weeks later, he turned up and everything went back to normal. He talked about the trip every now and then, and everything seemed normal. 6 months later, I was scrolling through a streaming service. I won't totally put the streaming service on blast. And I see a photo. I see his photo on the title of this dating reality show. I was in shock. I asked him about it, and he said he filmed it way before he met me. I looked it up, and they filmed the entire 3 weeks he was camping.
Wow.
I broke up with him immediately.
Yeah, as you should.
I
That's
have no
crazy.
words. I have no words.
That is shocking.
So he's just a full-fledged liar. Like,
Yeah.
and that's why he said he would have no cell service, because this was a legitimate dating show where they take away your phones, clearly.
Yeah, so it's legit.
So wow.
Wow.
That's so like slimy.
Just like, if you're gonna do that, like,
That's bold
like-
too. Like your full face is on
The
it.
fact that you're doing that too, like, means you don't care about your girlfriend that much.
And you're
like,
getting your
honestly,
friends
like,
involved to
you
lie
should-
about it?
You should break up. Like, you should break up with
Yeah,
them before you
from
do
the
something like
jump.
that and hurt them even more.
But that's the definition of this guy wanted to have his cake and eat it too. He wanted to go on the show, and just in case it didn't work out, just in case he didn't find love, he still has a girl back home.
Yeah.
Which honestly is what a lot of guys do on these reality shows. Like Bachelor Nation, that's happened several times. I've seen it on Love Island. Like I've seen it on a lot of times where people find out, oh yeah, I have somebody back home, and they're like, well, why did you go on the show? Because they just want to be like, oh well, at least I have somebody back home. If
Well,
this
I
doesn't
feel
work
like
out.
part of them probably wants to get their fame.
Yeah.
And then like a perk would be like, oh, maybe I find someone here, but I also have a backup plan back at home.
Exactly. They
But,
want the
like,
backup plan. That's crazy. Just
that's
the
so
fact that he
gross.
didn't tell her just goes to show that like this was a legit thing, and he had to do things that were inappropriate, because why else wouldn't he tell her? If this was just a career move, he could have told the girlfriend like, hey, I got an opportunity, I'm gonna make great money. It's
Yeah.
just fake.
But I feel like the fact that he didn't tell her means it wasn't just a career move.
Exactly. And the fact that he lied about it and had no problems continuously lying, I'm so proud of you for breaking up and just not even going back to him. So kudos to you, girl, because you deserve way better than that. And we don't believe in liars. Honestly, lying is so stupid. Sophie and I talk about this
so ridiculous.
often, like, especially in LA. Like, people lie so often, and it's like, why? Everything goes back. Like, everything you say will come back. And
it'll
like,
come back around. People
LA is
find out
big,
you
but
lied.
it's not. Like, it's so small.
LA
The
is
industry is so small.
So tiny.
Everybody knows everybody. Like, one thing that you say, like, if somebody's lying about something.
One thing you can say, like, everybody will know about.
Everybody.
Be careful what you tell people, because everyone will find out.
Exactly. Like, if you're going to say something about somebody, make sure it's the same thing that you would say to their face, because I can guarantee they're going to find out about it from Susie and Paul and this person, that person. That is literally how LA works.
Yeah.
And so I can't imagine, like, lying about something that big for 3 weeks and, like, what? You didn't think she was going to find out about it?
Yeah.
Karma. I hope your 5 seconds of fame was worth it, buddy.
Yeah.
Wow. Now it is time for the final story of the day. And I'm going to let Sophie do the honors. So, Sophie,
oh my God,
take
I'm
it away.
honored.
Take it away. I'm
Okay.
very nervous.
My best friend is engaged to my ex-boyfriend.
First of all, let's change the title, because that girl's not your best friend. Let's start there. Oh my God, I'm really scared.
I had been dating a guy for almost 5 years.
No way. You're lying. You're lying.
no.
You're lying. Did we not just say it's only okay if, like, if this was like a 2-week thing?
Yeah, like
Month-
2-week thing.
month
It didn't
max?
matter. You guys ended up just being best
5
friends in the end.
So this was a this
no.
was like
This was
a huge relationship.
legit This is like 5
One of those
years,
relationships
5 years
that-
is like ready to pop the question.
Yes, fully. Like they could have lived together at this point.
Oh, well, here you go. We were living together and talking about getting engaged, but he never popped the question.
Oh my God.
I assumed it was because he was in between jobs and wanted to line up everything
Which
before
makes
that
sense.
kind of commitment. That makes
That
sense.
totally makes sense. You
That
gotta
does
make sure you can
sense.
afford things.
You gotta make sure you can afford the ring, get
the
get what
wedding
she loves,
planning,
the wedding, everything.
Weddings are expensive.
I had become very integrated into my friend group. My friends loved him, and he was really great at hanging out with us without feeling weird or complaining that he needs guy time.
Okay.
It was really great.
Okay.
That is a little sus. If I'm being
Yeah, a
honest.
little
Like
sus.
if my boyfriend is very much enjoying hanging out with all my girlfriends, it's a little.
It is a little
weird.
sus.
If
You
they're
wanna
like-
make sure they
if they're
get
like-
along.
No, get along for
But if
sure.
he's
but like
enjoying it-
really enjoying it,
It's
like
a little.
like I know like. With my boyfriend, at least, like he really likes his guy friends. Like if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go out and hang out with girls, want to come? He's like, is there any guys gonna be there? And
Yeah.
I'm like, no. He's like, oh, have your girl time then.
Yeah,
Like,
as it should be.
as it should be.
Yeah, it sounds like this guy is
Yeah.
like, hey, do your girlfriends want to hang out? Little sus.
Yeah,
Very
that's
sus.
that's a little sus. One day I came home and he had packed up all his things and told me he wasn't in love with me anymore.
Oh!
I was so upset one of the girls in my friend group was also going through a breakup, so she came over and we cried together for weeks.
Okay, so here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
You think this is your bestie?
She was super supportive. My other friends are sad too for me, and it felt like they had lost a friend because they were close to him too.
Oh, a little sus, but sure.
But of course, as solidarity to me started to distance themselves from him. Some remained friends with him, but nothing like they were when we were dating. I appreciate that for sure.
Yeah. Well, they're your
Okay,
friends. Like, that's kind of
as
weird.
it should
They shouldn't
be.
be hanging out with him
They
I
should
think
be-
that's weird,
Honestly,
personally.
I don't think they should be hanging out with him at all.
at all. That's what I'm saying. I think that's really weird, but
Yeah.
she's handling it a lot better than I
Especially
would.
like a 5-year relationship. That's like,
That's so much history. What do you
That's
guys have in
so
common
much
with her
history.
ex of so much history? It's weird.
yeah, exactly. When you guys were close. Anyways,
Like, what are you guys
okay.
bonding over?
Anyways, the girl who came over all the time started getting weird.
Oh.
I thought at one point the guy and I might get back together. So I gave him space and tried to talk to him again after a few months. I found out through other mutual friends that he was dating the girl who consoled me the entire time.
Oh my god!
I was so upset.
That
my
is
friends,
insanity.
My friends at this point officially cut him off and cut her off too. It's
Yeah,
been a
as they
year-
should.
Literally. It's been a year and a half, and the other day someone sent me a pic that they got engaged.
After literally a year of not even dating.
He never wanted to propose to me after 5 years, but had no problem proposing to my former best friend.
Oh my god.
Yeah, better be former.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, girl, that is not your friend. First of all, that's
Oh.
so insane.
Oh my
I would
God.
have
No,
so much
that's-
trust issues that this girl was crying with you, listening to all your
Oh my
ranting and all the things that you were hurting, and she's taking
I'm
all that
gonna be honest.
information.
This sounds like you know who.
It kind of does.
Teala and I had a friend kind of
We
like
did.
this.
We did. We
We
did.
did. It sounds exactly like her.
That's grimy.
Yeah.
That's so
so-
messed up.
ugh.
He proposed to her. But then, see, something like that would make me really, like, I'd be so distraught because then I'm thinking, like,
Yeah.
all the
That's-
times we would do group things,
Wait, but
you
then
guys were secretly flirting.
Yeah, but I also kind of think like, yeah, definitely
whole
that.
time,
But
because
like,
there's
was
no
there
way-
something going on in the relationship that made him say, "I'm not in love with you anymore"? Because
Did they hook up while
No,
they
like,
were dating? It
did
had
he
to
cheat?
be. He must have.
He
How do
had
you
to.
realize that suddenly?
how do you just suddenly be like, "Yeah, I'm not in love with you"? Like comes out of the blue.
Probably because they freaking hooked up all the times that they've been doing group hangouts.
Yeah, and then he
just
was
snuck
like,
off
"Oh,
somewhere.
like I'm in love with her more than my 5-year."
Also interesting that
insane.
they both gotten broken up with at the same time. Like she was suddenly single
Yeah.
and he dumped her. Interesting.
She probably broke up with her boyfriend.
Yeah, because she
Prob-
realized that she was in love with him.
Yeah.
That's
That's
just all
insane.
sorts of wrong. In my opinion, it's never worth that. I don't know. I could
That's-
never do that. I'm such a, this sounds so corny, but I really am a girl's girl. Like, I get very grossed out. If any of my close girlfriends even like make out with a guy, I'm just like, okay.
I
off.
will say though, right now, you're gonna be happier because at least you're not gonna find out later on when you're engaged or even
That's
married that he
true.
does some weird stuff like that.
That is true. She
You know?
actually got lucky.
You know, yeah, you did get lucky. And, you know, you should honestly not think about it because you got lucky. You're single now. You can
Yep.
have a
And
great
you know
time.
what?
Find a better boyfriend.
Way better guy. You know what? They were made for each other.
Yeah. go
Bye.
ahead. They're made for each other.
She's
if they
shady, he's shady.
Yeah.
They're perfect for each other.
Perfect.
And now you don't have to worry about any of that.
yeah, you should be
And
happy, actually, that you let
Let them find
trash
each other.
go
Trash,
away.
take out the trash.
should be happy
And they'll
that
be
you took out the
happy,
trash. yeah.
happily ever after together. You don't need that. And honestly, at the end of the day, like, everything happens for a reason. I know it's as corny as that like sounds. It's true. Everything happens for a reason,
Yeah.
and she's gonna get a guy that's way better, and you're gonna have a way better friend group that's not gonna be way too involved in your relationship in a very like schemy way.
But I will say with the other girl, normally how you get them is how you lose them.
Yes, I was just thinking that. So that's gonna happen again.
It will happen.
She's gonna
again,
bring her
probably.
girlfriends along, and he's gonna be like, "Yo, I want
Either
her."
I think either she's gonna cheat or I don't know if she cheated or not, but like
Yeah.
or he's gonna do maybe the same thing again to her.
Yeah, and that's gonna
Either
be the end
and
of that.
maybe worse because then they'll be married.
Yeah, and then it's going to be even worse because what if kids are involved and paperwork and it's a no. So you know what?
You should be happy.
Great.
You should be happy it's over.
I'm glad that you know now, and I'm glad you didn't get engaged to him. It would have been a way messier breakup, and who cares?
I feel like for anybody who gets cheated on or something like that happens, honestly, you should be very happy because
you're going to learn so much from it, and at least
thank God that person's not in your life anymore.
Yeah,
thank
you don't
God.
need them.
You don't want that.
No,
thank God.
It's better that you know now than later down the line when you're more invested in them. So
look at it as you're free now and you're happier because.
Period. Out with the old, in with the new. Trash begets trash. Let them have each other, and that's on that. I feel for you, girl, and I hope that you date somebody that actually deserves you because that guy was trash. End of discussion. Well, that is the end of today's episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys check out, download on Spotify, Apple Music, all the things, Bunny by Sofie Dossi. And while you're at it, go watch the music video because I am in it and it is incredible.
In it as well.
The production quality is so good and the song is really well done and so catchy. It was literally, not just saying this because you're one of my best friends and you're here, literally it was stuck in my head all morning while I was doing my makeup. Like just on loop.
Damn.
I hope you die, buddy. Buddy. It's so catchy. It's so good. So make sure you guys listen to it. It is a bad girls anthem. It's so good. Boss ass girls anthem.
Hey,
and
any breakups happen
any
to
breakup,
you at
listen
all?
to it. If a guy's
Listen to it.
disturbing you, play it. If you're getting ready with your makeup, just play it. It's
I just
great.
wrote it because it's like at that time I was like really feeling angry.
Yeah, she
And
had
I
a
was
lot
just
to say.
I was expressing how I felt.
Yeah, and that's on that.
And the bunny's the guy.
The bunny's the guy, so that's it. But I love you guys so much. Make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to submit your anonymous stories in the link. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.